Good morning. My name is Sue Smith and I'm the Children's Director at the Beaman Memorial Public Library. And today we had a program, a fairy program, where children made their own fairy houses. And this is a full steam ahead grant program which is federally funded with LSTA funds through the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners and the Institute of Museum and Library Services. You can come and sit here in front of me, and I'll hold it up if you're still finishing up your fairy house. This is by Liza Gardner Walsh. Isn't that beautiful? Where do you suppose they go? Do you think they go to Florida with the red robins? Do you? Do fairies hibernate like bears, hedgehogs, raccoons, or are they like squirrels collecting food under the winter moon? Do they rely on flowers and sunshine of spring to make the magic of their fairy world sing? Look how pretty that is. That's where we are right now. We're in the spring, aren't we? Almost summer. But when the days get cold, dark and dreary, do their spirits get low? And do they feel weary or tired? Do you think they go to sleep like the bears and the hedgehogs? After a busy summer of parties and visiting fairy towns like the one we have there. The baby's flying?
The baby's flying.
Oh, the baby's flying. I think they're working on them. Do they rest their drowsy heads and put their fairy dust down? That's what makes them fly, right? The fairy dust? Look, they're playing Ring Around the Rosie in the air. Do they curl under leafy blankets or beneath mushroom caps, placing fragile wings on moss for a long winter nap? Leaves. We used some leaves today, didn't we? And some caps to acorns. Are they resting in your fairy house, hiding under snow? Its fairy doors sealed tight against frosty winds that blow. This is called Pine Cone Cottage. That's what that says. That's their fairy house. That looks similar to some that you made, doesn't it? Right, as a hole for them to fly into. Are they tucked in with magical dreams in their heads, nestled neath feathers, and grass in a seashell bed? Look, their beds are made out of seashells. Maybe you need to collect some this summer and put them around your fairy house.
So they can bring them in.
Yeah. Do they make little jackets of downy milkweed and knit hats and mittens from feathery reeds? You think? And in this winter finery, do they dance by firelight, gathering in the storm to warm up the freezing night? Who has fireplaces in their house? Anybody? Do you make a fire in the winter? Yeah. You do too? You do too? Do they help the birds and animals get settled? Finding leftover berries and acorn caps and dried nettles? Are they feeding the other animals and getting them ready to hibernate? You think?
Let's go. Let's go.
They're busy fairies, aren't they?
Yeah. Let's go.
And busy birds too. With all of this gathering, do they have a big feast where they imagine summer and its gentle heat? Look at the big party they're having.
Yeah.
Maybe it's their Thanksgiving. Sorry. Do you think?
Wow. That could be.
They're eating good food though. Look at all the vegetables they're eating.
That could be Christmas.
It could be Christmas. You're right.
That could be.
Really? I'm so not artistic.
Oh, doing some candy? Maybe from Halloween. Do fairies hibernate? Oh, do you know? Have they whispered their secrets of where they go? You'll have to listen to your fairies in your house. Perhaps, to be safe in case they're hovering close, leave out a tiny pancake, some milk, or a crumble of toast. So if you have leftover crumbs, maybe you need to feed the fairies. Maybe they like pancakes. With chocolate chip emotion faces. Make a winter house for these fairies in need. Build a roof, 4 walls, and add a sprinkle of seed. Isn't that a nice house? That's a very nice house somebody made. Gather some twigs, bark, and pine cones, for you never know if a fairy is shivering alone. We had a pretty mild winter, but some winters are very cold here, aren't they?
Just like on 2014.
2014 was not a good year. For this is the same kindness that fairies show you. Helping each other is what we all should do, right? To be kind to other people and help them out. And when spring returns with its green and growing things, keep a sharp eye out to see what the fairies bring. Look at these have little bluebells. These have berries. This one's bringing a rabbit. And this one looks like it's got lettuce.
I think it's moss.
You think it's moss? Maybe it's moss. It could be moss. Moss is also green. So these are the ways you can take care of fairies in the winter. During the cold months, one way to warm a fairy's heart is to provide them with a winter snack. Leaving small bowls of milk and honey is one way to keep the fairies happy. Or you can make dried fruit and seed garlands to string on trees like this. Similar to stringing garlands for a Christmas tree. A fairy garland requires a needle and thread, popcorn, cranberries, and slices of oranges and apples, as well as walnuts, can all be strung together for the fairies to snack on in cold months. You can also take bread and use cookie cutters to cut out shapes. Slather these shapes with peanut butter or margarine and dip into birdseed, and these can be hung on the garland or on their own to attract a variety of fairies' winged friends. So you can feed the birds too. They like all of those things because they can't find food when it's winter. They can't find the berries on the bushes. They're all gone. So that's how you can feed the birds. And that's our story. We have other stories that can be checked out if you'd like upstairs.
You need a little bit? What do you think, Emma? Yeah.
I have the sound.
No.